Hello YouTube world and welcome to another episode of Focus Knob. What's up YouTube? I've got another good one for you today. If you're a night owl with a telescope, you definitely need one of these. Thank you to Sofirn for making this video possible. This is the HS42 headlight, and what I like about this is that it's got a red light, which is important for night viewing, as many of you may know. I always appreciate a nice box, and this box is really nice. Let's get it open, see what's inside. So we got a manual, the headband, USB-C charging cable, extra O-rings, and we got the headlight itself. Very nice. Let's check out the manual first. So this is touted to output a max of 2000 lumens. Let's see if the camera can pick that up. 2000 lumens, which is pretty amazing for a flashlight this small. Here are the specifications and the instruction manual. So the way this works is put this on your head and then you snap the headlight like so, and you can adjust it up and down. Very nice. Headband feels very nice and thick and soft. Nice quality. Let's check out the battery. So this thing has an 18650 lithium ion battery, 3000 milliamp hour capacity. Threads feels nice. I've been wanting to get a right angle flashlight for a very long time, and I'm glad I finally got one. And unfortunately this one doesn't have the belt clip included. I know Sofirn has flashlights with the belt clip, but this one just doesn't have it, so I may have to get that separately. I just have to measure the body dimension to get the right size clip, so I could clip it to a belt or to my backpack and use it the way it's supposed to be used, like a right angle lantern like this. But as it is, it's a headlight. So let's talk about specs. My mistake, this is a 2100 lumens flashlight. So it's got 6 LEDs. You got the main LED in the center, which is an SST40. And then you got the 3 floodlight up on top, which is a lattice power CSP2323. And then you got the 2 LEDs. That's the flood in spot together. That's the main attraction, is the red LED. Doesn't look red on camera, but it's red. So you got 2 of those. The flashlight is IP66 rated, which means it can handle a jet stream of water without any water penetration, which is good. Let's measure the dimensions. So it's about just under 4.5 inches in length and just under 1 inches in thickness and about 1 inch at the head. And the weight is about 116 grams with the battery, and it feels good in the hand. It doesn't feel heavy, and when I put it on my head, I don't even notice that it's weighing me down. So it's pretty lightweight flashlight, pretty small. Got the button at the top, and you got the magnetic bottom, so you could stick it to any metal surfaces. And before I forget, on the back of the flashlight is the USB-C charging port with a nice silicone cover to keep it weather tight. Alright, now let's go over the functions. When it's off, pressing and holding it goes into moonlight mode, which is the lowest light output. And a single click turns it on. Triple click changes the modes. That's the flood mode. 1, 2, 3. Spot and flood. 1, 2, 3. And got the red light. 1, 2, 3. And we're back to the spot mode. And while it's turned on, pressing and holding the button changes the light output. So low, medium, high. And double clicking goes into turbo mode. 1, 2. Max output. Very bright. Single click goes back to the previous mode. When the flashlight is off and you want to go to the strobe mode, you just triple click. 1, 2, 3. If you want to change modes, double click. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And off. Another feature this flashlight has is it has a lockout mode. So clicking 4 times enters the lockout mode. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you get 2 blinks to signify that it's activated. So now you can't accidentally turn the flashlight on. So if you press it, it just blinks twice. And in order to unlock it, just press twice. 2 clicks. 1, 2. And you're back to normal. So pretty simple. So if you're familiar with the Android firmware, this one is pretty much similar to that. But according to Sofirn, this doesn't have the Android firmware. And here's a glimpse of where I'm doing my test shots at night. Here I am with the headlight on. I believe this is in spot and flood mode together. So the spot mode has a color temperature of 6000 Kelvin and the flood mode is 5000 Kelvin color temperature. I often find myself doing some yard work at night, and this headlight certainly comes in handy, freeing my hand to do other stuff. I really like this. When you live in an area where there's a lot of flying bugs, especially at night in the summer, the red light really comes in handy. With the white light on, the bugs come out of their hiding places and start flying all over my face. But for some reason, if I use the red light, they're not attracted to my face, which is really nice. Nothing worse than bugs crawling all over your face while you're doing work. The main reason I got the red light is to preserve my night vision when I'm outside at night looking at the sky with my binoculars or telescope. The red light preserves your dark adapted vision and keeps the bugs off your gear as well. This headlight is capable of up to 65 lumens output in turbo mode and should run for about 5 hours, which is really good. And the range is about, I would say, 10 yards. 65 lumens may seem low, but it's plenty bright to see at night without blinding yourself. Even at 35 lumens, that's still a decent amount of light. In low mode, the output is just 2 lumens, just bright enough to read something up close, maybe within arm's reach, like reading a map or a book. Using my hobby-grade light integration apparatus, I measured some lumens output and run times, and I also measured the maximum temperature reached in turbo mode. So first, let's start with the spot and flood mode. Turbo reached a maximum output of 2400 lumens and quickly drops to around 670 lumens at the 2-minute mark, which is very fast. This flashlight is supposed to drop the light output once the internal temperature reaches 55 degrees Celsius, and I measured 48 degrees Celsius, and you would expect that for a flashlight this small for the temperature to go up very quickly. Due to its smaller mass, it just can't sustain that light output and have a reasonable temperature. So something has to give. Looking at the high mode, we see that it reached a maximum of 1000 lumens and quickly drops to 570 lumens at the 7-minute mark. And medium mode reached 433 lumens and sustained that output for a pretty good while. Here are the full run times in turbo, high, and medium. I was really surprised how long this flashlight lasted, far exceeding the stated specs. Medium mode sustained 433 lumens for nearly 5 hours. That's pretty amazing. And the maximum temperature reached about 55 degrees Celsius in turbo mode, which is getting hot, uncomfortably hot, but you can still hold the flashlight. Here are the separate run times for spot turbo mode and flood turbo mode. Spot turbo mode reached a maximum of 1755 lumens and quickly drops at around 2 minutes to 841 lumens. And looking at the temperature, it reached a temperature of nearly 55 degrees Celsius, which is hot. Flood turbo mode reached a maximum output of 1273 lumens and quickly drops to 513 lumens at the 2-minute mark and reaching a maximum temperature of around 48 degrees Celsius. And here are the full separate run times of spot turbo and flood turbo. Again, remarkable long run times. Look at the flood run times at nearly 6 hours. And also worth noting is the temperature in spot turbo, which reached a maximum temperature of 60 degrees Celsius. That is extremely hot. I was not able to hold the flashlight while in spot turbo. This thing was super hot. I was contemplating whether to terminate the test because of how hot it got, but I persisted and let it run. And thankfully, after 2 hours, the temperature started going down and the brightness also started going down. One should take precautions when running in spot turbo for very long. I really like this little flashlight. I highly recommend anyone to get this. It has exceeded all my expectations. Runtime is really great, far exceeding whatever the specifications stated. And that red light, that's my favorite. That's the reason I got this flashlight. Build quality is top notch, functionality pretty similar to the Anduril firmware. Thank you for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up to let others know this is good stuff. And if you didn't like it, comment down below and let me have it. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified of any future videos that I release. You'll be the first to know. Okay, until next time, see ya.